Hello and welcome to the first precap of the season. Well, maybe the last because the rest will be recaps, right? With me
Yeah.
is my partner, Mr. Sir Kodiak, and we will be recapping Division 4B. Hello, Mr. Kodiak.
Hi. How you doing today?
Let's get started.
Sure.
We will start with the first team, a Necro team called the Crypt Lord 2 Bungalow, played by Mr. Redbeard. So, what do you think about these guys?
So I think this is an interesting team. Looking at it, it's taken a bit of damage, and you can see that we have a rookie white. The flesh golems aren't as maybe far along as you'd like, and only one werewolf has much development. On the other hand, there's a couple interesting pieces. So you have that AG up and mighty blow, and you have that very interesting strength 4 ghoul.
Yeah,
What do you think of when you look at this team?
when I look at these guys, the first thing I think is damage. They clearly took damage because some pieces are very developed and others are rookies, right? But
Hmm.
maybe that tells us a bit about the playstyle of the coach. Like he's not afraid to put his good pieces in hard places, and
Yeah.
but I enjoy that. I enjoy coaches that go all in for the win. What do you think about this team? Do you think they'll do well in this season? What do you expect from them?
I I think this team has a chance of doing decently. It has some pieces that it can get things done with. I also think it's in a rebuilding place,
Yeah,
and I think it's going to be a fight for it to get to really the top of the division.
I think the same thing. If they want to fight for the first places, they will need a little bit more development. They're not quite there yet, but they can be. It's all up to them. Okay, so let's move on. Now we have
Hmm.
the Green Skin Gut Splitters, coached by the meme lord Mr. Squid 5. I actually know this coach. We played last season together. He's very fun to play against. I want to know your thoughts at first, then I'll give you mine.
Well, see, I actually also know this coach. Both this coach and the previous one I came up in my rookie division with,
Hmm.
2 seasons. But I think this is it's a nice team with some developmental pieces. It's always interesting to see an orc team where the thrower is one of your better pieces. It's a piece that often just doesn't get taken at all. But I see guard, I see mighty blow. I see some pieces that can get things done. What do you think of when you look at these guys?
Well, yeah, you see guard, you see mighty blow. You know what I see? I see Nebula Waterboy. That because he actually uses the thrower as a thrower. He has
Yeah.
made the most amazing passes. Last season, you could have this guy cornered in the worst possible way, and he would just get out of it with a 6+ pass, no problem. So I expect big things from Mr. Squid 5. We baptized him the meme lord of the division, and I'm pretty sure when you see the matches along the season, you'll know why. Uh, it's a
Sounds exciting.
it's a very fun guy to watch. So fellow people from the division, you have been warned. Okay.
So how do you see this team doing?
Well, the problem with being a meme lord is that maybe sometimes the results won't come. So
Yeah.
Mr. Squid 5 didn't have a very good season last season. Maybe this time he will be more serious, but if he isn't, he will be fun anyway. Okay, let's
Yeah,
move.
yeah, and it should make some matches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Let's move on. Now we have Mr. Ko Subalu with the Careless Coders.
So this is a former clanmate of mine, playing a team that I understand they are very familiar with, Underworld, and I'm excited to see play this.
Yeah, he's a very good coach. I was a big fan of watching him play his dwarf team in REL, and that's the team he retired to play this Underworld. I haven't seen him play this Underworld, so I'm not sure what to expect. But the team looks very nice. That Underworld Goblin with AG4 looks amazing.
Yeah, that's really the piece that jumps out as that's a nice role. Everything else is sort of the way you would develop them.
Yeah,
you got your wrestle line rats, you got your nice blitzer killer, but AG4 goblins can cause a lot of chaos.
Yeah, that little shit.
Curious to see what the level that's.
Yeah, but even a normal can be big hand, and that guy can get anything anywhere on a 2+. You know, so that's
Absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would go big hand and just scoop the ball up again and again.
I mean, if he rolls a double, I guess you have to use it. So maybe take block or wrestle to make him more survivable. But
probably.
But if he doesn't, big hand is very, very, very good. Then we have that Warpstone Troll that is pretty standard, claw and tentacles. The rest of the team is pretty standard as well, what you would expect. The killer is very nice, but underworld killers are always nice. And I like the fact that many of his goblins have lived enough to see 2 heads.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Having 4 level goblins is really something.
Yeah, and that really makes Underworld fun, because when you only have developed the positionals, Underworld is basically a stunty kill team, you know? But when the goblins have a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 levels, you can do really, really fun shit. So I expect a lot from these guys. And, well, that's my thoughts on it. They have a lot of money too. I wonder if they wanted to buy something from the market and couldn't. I mean, 330. Well, we'll see.
Yeah. And we've already got our Knuckle Altar Stadium, so there's nothing huge to put that money into. I'm curious if it's going to end up somewhere just thrown away.
Yeah, maybe a bigger stadium. That's always fun. Okay, next we have the Butcher's Block from Chaos Time. This is such a stupid team. I mean, I have zero respect for it. I mean, come on. Every single piece took Mighty Blow first.
Yeah.
Except Pig Sofa's Beef Stew, he took block first. This looks like a fun code. I'm looking forward to see what he does with it. The interesting part...
There's a lot of chance for swinginess with this team. All of these Mighty Blow Beastmen with no block, that's something that can go really well or really, really badly.
Yeah, in my experience it goes badly, because you end up taking a lot more damage than you would, because anybody can hit you even with a both down. So, now the cool thing is that he's finding the way out of the stupid choice of taking Mighty Blow first. He's already getting block on both of the pieces. So maybe this was very bad for last season, but this season he will probably reap the benefits of that strategy. So it will be interesting to see.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, let's move on. Hellas Kitchen from Space Lion. This guy used to be a Underworld cult. I remember.
So full disclosure on this one, I actually know Space Lion, like in real life, and so I'm going to be an unabashed partisan in his favor. But I will try to be, I'll try to be fair, at least when it comes to this this cast.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's a big difference between you and me. When I'm recapping my friends, I try to put them down. You know, like I'm a friend with Chap2, and that guy, if I can put him down any way I can, I do. He did the same for me last season when he recapped me. He put a caster's curse on me, and it made me perform much worse. So well, don't. So I'm not judging. Just saying, if he's your friend, you can still bash him down. No, nobody will judge you.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, Hellas Kitchen. Let's have a look. The Yeti is very developed, and let's see. Is that MNG or a big? No, just an MNG. That's fine. Then we have some very good wolves. Very good.
This is this team's second season.
Yeah.
That there's both berserkers were killed near the end of last season. So this is 2 new berserkers that are just coming up with trying to get Mighty Blow on their normal stack.
Yeah, but that's fine. I mean, berserkers level so fast. They have AG3 and they blitz a lot, so that's fine. But the main thing is that his ults are very, very good. You know, with block and guard, he didn't take the temptation of taking Mighty Blow. So they are very good pieces, very developed, and very useful. because North
Yes.
needs that guard to make good use of the frenzy. Then we have both agi-up runners. That's amazing, amazing, because our
Yes.
runners have access to agility skills. So having one agi-up makes them basically an elf. And
Yep.
then the linemen, very standard. The one that rolled double got guard, so he has 4 guard in the team, which is very, very good. I think the only thing I don't like about this team is probably a little bloaty. It doesn't look that way, it looks 1270, but remember all these MNGs are not counting toward that TV, so expect it to go a lot higher after they get that. And North has very fun inducements, and he won't be able to use them a lot if his team is so expensive.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of team value wrapped up in those 2 agility increases and how well developed the Yeti is. He's going to be coming in at the high end, I believe, of the division.
Yeah.
Which we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, it's nice, but it's also nice to make use of good inducements. Okay, next we have Leaping Lizards from Gas Cool. I don't know. I'm probably murdering half these names, but bear with me. I barely speak English. Okay. So
I think you're doing okay.
Okay, so we have we have a Skaven team, and this is an interesting team because it's built very tall. You see, we have a couple of very good pieces, and the rest are barely rookies. But I like that in Skaven. TV efficient.
It works for them, right? You have the linemen out in front; they can take some hits, and you don't care if they die.
Exactly. He has managed to keep the bloat down and also get very good pieces out of it. I mean, look at his gutter runners. Every single one has rolled doubles except the last one. And they have one of them is a strength up, who is going to be a great stacker. That strength 3 gutter runner, yeah.
Yeah, that strength 3 and AG4 with 2 heads that's gonna be hard to deal with.
Very hard. I expect tackle on that guy. No, very good team overall. I think they can do great things. And if you make me think about it, I think this team, if coached well, can fight for the playoff spot.
I totally agree. This is a team that's ready to start doing things immediately. There's pieces you can develop a little bit to make the team even better, but it's already got so many great tools just at the start of the season.
Exactly.
In a division with some teams that are trying to put themselves back together sometimes.
Exactly. They can play from day one, and they will be competitive every time. That's also one of the advantages of Skaven. They're good at any TV, so even if you lose pieces, if you have a couple of good pieces, they're fine. Well, and next we have a legendary wordsmith by the coach Sean Foolery. This is a dark elf team. That's a lot of agi-ups. Wow, 3 agi-ups.
It is. This is kind of an agility stack dark elf team.
Yeah.
Another team that's gonna be hard to do something against. And just look at all that dodge, just all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the big advantages of Dark Elves. They have really quick and easy access to blood, and this coach took it very seriously. Most of his pieces have blood. He has 1 Mighty Blow lineman. That's probably going to be a blitzer. You have 1 guard that is the bare minimum to be good, but is good enough. I really like this team, to be honest.
I agree.
Yeah. Let's see if this is only movement bust. No, not a. Oh, it's also a niggle. Well, there's this one level 2 blitzer that has movement bust and niggle. I think I'd fire that guy. He has the money.
Yeah, fire that guy. Get a new one. No, I wonder if the money might be going towards a second witch elf.
But don't. I mean, come on. If you kick this guy, you only lose dodge, and you get rid of a movement bust, and you get rid of a niggle. It's very cost effective. If you add,
makes sense, 'cause
if you add another witch elf,
your team's value is so high. Yep.
Do you see these guys going far?
I think there's a real shot at it because you have several pieces that can be really useful. That Blodge AG5 strip ball is gonna make you really watch your ball carrier, and it's just gonna be so mobile. All that Blodge is gonna make them hard to knock down. If they can be played well, I think they have a real shot.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, then we have Donkeys and Elephants, played by Shadora.
Though I would like to make one more comment about that team, which is
sure.
I strongly disagree that 50 Cent is a legendary wordsmith, and would be happy to get into it further with.
Fair enough. Okay, then we have Shadora with Donkeys and Elephants. This is a Chaos team, and this is actually one of my favorites to win the division. I know it doesn't look very shiny, but I really like this team, and let me tell you why. It's TV efficient, and it didn't go crazy with Claw Mighty Blow. They actually took useful skills, so I think they can go far. They have a Sacker Beastman, they have Guard Warriors, they have a Blood Warrior, they have a Punching Warrior, they have a decent killer. They have pretty much all the skills they need. They have a dirty player, they have a good ball carrier. You know, it has every tool you want, but without going crazy with the bloat. The only thing I don't like about this team is actually the killer, because
it's impressive how much this team can do at this team up.
Yeah, exactly. And the only thing I really don't like of this team is the killer, but it's only 3 SPP away from getting blocked, and then once he gets blocked, he's perfect, you know. So maybe the road he took was a little strange, but he's on his way out, so that's fine. I really like this team. The biggest bloat they have is fan factor. They did pretty well, so they have 11 fan factor. But other than that, they're looking good. I expect them to win the division, or at least fight for it.
Too successful in the past.
Well, then we have Luis Jano with Arequipa Norgulers REBBL. Okay, this is a very nice Norgul team. The only thing, but it's somewhat, you know, bipolar, because you see the Norgul Warriors with no block. And then you have with Claw Mighty Blow, and then you have 2 warriors with Blood, and they don't even have Mighty Blow. So he really went all in with that mentality of having 2 killer Norgul warriors and having 2 roadblock. He went all in with that, you know.
Yeah. There's not like I go for more of like a gradient between them. This is I got 2 of one, I got 2 of the other.
Yeah, exactly. Then we have a Killer Pestigore, another Pestigore that got Mighty Blow first, Dodge Pestigore that's probably going to be a ball carrier because it has sure hands, a very nice Sacker, very nice because with agility up, and I really like the fact that he got the agility up and chose to remain Sacker, you know, because he could have been tempted to go the ball carrier route. I think the best thing you can do with a Pestigore is sacking. Then he has the standard issue dirt player, rookie beast. That is a shame, but only 1 SPP away from getting the stand firm level up, and some rookies to put on the line. Pretty nice team. What do you like first on the Beast of Norgul? Guard or stand firm?
So I like stand firm. It plays better to me into tentacles that it get the beast off of whatever it is you're trying to have them hold on to. But guard's obviously a very valuable skill.
Yeah, this is the problem. And so actually the one weakness of this team, it has 0 guard, 0. So even though I'm a big proponent of taking stand firm first on the beasts, in this time around I'd consider guard because it's basically the only guard they'll have. Because those...
And it's not clear where else would come in. Those blodge pieces, you're going to be tempted to get stand firm on at least one of them. though maybe you do guard just to need it, but they're so far away, right, from leveling.
That's the real problem.
and
They're very
level
far
slowly.
away. I mean, I have 2 Blood Warriors as well in my own Nurgle team, but I went guard next because if I had put stand firm, they would never get guard, you know. So
Yeah, that's fair.
so even if he decides to go guard first, which is fine, from 19 to 31 on Blood Warriors, you'll take maybe a whole season, you know, and
Yeah.
or maybe more. And then there's the killers that sure you can give them guard, but when will they get blocked then? So that's a problem too.
You can't. Mighty Blow Claw Guard would be an interesting combination. I'd be very curious to see how a team plays with that. Let's just put it that.
What you will see with this team is that they will be very, very good against teams that are lower strength, you know, because that strength 4 can make up for the lack of guard, but they will have real problems with strength 4 teams that have guard, you know.
Those chaos teams that have some guard kicking around are gonna
exactly, or
could really
orcs
tear them
team.
up some.
I think, or even the orcs will be a lot of problems with Mr. Luis Jano.
I agree.
Okay, let's move on. Then we have Skurgle, another Nurgle team, coached by Stasi. This is one of the lucky bastards that got one of the good pieces from Old Metal's team.
Yeah, the ex-girlfriend. That is a very nice Nurgle warrior.
Boy, very, very nice. You know, when we have the age-old discussion of having a roadblock warrior or having a killer warrior, where here the ex-girlfriend says, why not both? That's amazing on everything, you know. Then the other warriors are pretty standard killers, except for Mr. Kisarab Fragile, who has dodge first.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Taking dodge?
Oh, I really don't like that. I love Blood Warriors, but taking dodge first, wow, that's so brave. It's so hard to level that guy.
Yeah, that piece is going to take a while. I mean, that's the piece you're looking at, like, if I can somehow get a touchdown on a Nurgle warrior, just to get them something other than dodge, try to get it to that piece.
Absolutely. I mean, every single time you can score with this guy, go for it. Then you have the very, very standard guard stand firm beast. Most of us have it. And then a dodge, sure hands Pestigor, only 1 SPP away from leveling. I expect it to get guard, block next. Then they have a Project Sacker. No, not Sacker really, because it has block first. This is a weird piece. Myro. Tackle and
it's interesting.
Maybe it's like a killer project, but then you have Lhasa, who is also a killer project. I don't know. And then they have this other tackle piece, but only tackle. I'm not sure I love the Pestigors, to be honest, but well, that's what it is.
They have room for development.
Yeah.
I mean, you get that tackle piece wrestle, that becomes a more... You get Mighty Blow on the block tackle guy, that's someone to go after dodgy pieces. There's things they can be used for, but they need to be like a little bit better.
Yeah. Well, then it doesn't need a lot to be a bit better. 2 touchdowns and he's there, but for now it's not a very, very useful piece. Then they have a dirty player and a kicker. What do you think about the kicker? Because I have a real problem with rotor kickers.
I absolutely agree. I just don't see where you put it in your defensive line. If you want to put 3 rotters, now admittedly this team does not have 3 rotters to put on the line.
Yeah.
But once you have them, then everything other piece on the field is going to be a positional, and there's no space for the kicker.
Exactly. I mean, the only way to kick with this guy is putting the Nurgle Warriors on the LOS, or putting a Nurgle Warrior or a Pestigor in the sideline, and both of those things are not very optimal. So it's a weird piece. Maybe this guy really likes putting his Nurgle Warriors in the LOS, so he's fine with it. But I
mean, I usually associate that more with the roadblock build for the Nurgle Warriors, not all this kill where
exactly.
people just be able to claw them.
I mean, I usually put the Beast and Nurgle Warriors in the LOS when I'm playing, elves or something I can bully. But when he plays bigger teams, you can't do that. So it's a weird piece anyway. Okay, let's move on. Then we have... That's a weird name. Let me see. Sun O...
I'm not sure
Eaters. It's a weird name, I don't know. Coached by Mr. Solar 128. So, what do you think about these guys?
This seems like a fairly like partially developed undead team. There's nothing really jumps out at me here as like incredibly exciting, but there's nothing truly terrible. And that AV busted Mommy is a shame. Yeah, you hate to see that on your big guy.
Yeah, yeah. He doesn't have money though, so he can't really replace it. And then also,
yeah,
that tackle guard zombie is so strange. I wonder why you got tackled first on a zombie in the first place. Maybe that thing leveled with an MVP had to play else or something. I don't know, but it's a weird piece.
You just needed the piece at the time, but yeah, that's an odd piece. It doesn't pair well with guard.
Yeah, but maybe when he gets blocked, he'll be amazing. But right now, it's too easy to get rid of. Then the other block tackle zombies are fine. They're like regen longbeards, you know. And then some rookies. Yeah, they need a little bit development, but they're getting there.
And the thing that jumps out at me is this team does not have any dirty player on it, and nor do they have like a dead dirty player zombie in their history. From what I'm seeing, that this is just a team that doesn't do dirty player.
Maybe he doesn't like to foul. I've seen plenty of those. I love fouling,
happens.
but well,
Yes,
to each their own.
it seems so strange to me, but there are people who do that.
Yeah. Okay. Then we have My Dixie Wrecked, coached by Mr. RT Bunker. Okay. I think we can all speak about the elephant in the room. Look at that piece. Come on, man. That's amazing.
That's a wild catcher.
Oh, yeah. What do you get for Legend? I guess you get Diving Catch, so he can catch on a 2+. And that's pretty much it. He's perfect.
That's right.
He's perfect.
Yeah. Really, really nice piece.
Yeah, I love this.
You don't
team.
always see a human that sort of like incredible one-turn piece like that. It's really
It's a natural one-turner. You only have to give it to him. He runs all the way to the infield.
Just runs. Yeah.
Then the rest of the pieces are pretty nice. I love that the blitzers got a lot of guard. He didn't go crazy with the piling on and no. He went the guard first. He managed it. That will allow him to go toe to toe with the bigger teams. He has a thrower with accurate, so he can do 2+ passes. He has a frenzy lineman, which is interesting.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how that plays. It's an interesting idea. It's nice to have frenzy on a team, right? And
exactly.
You don't want to put on a blitzer, then I can see developing a lineman that way.
Yeah. And human linemen are not slow. I mean, 6 movement is fine for a frenzy piece. So it's an interesting choice, and I think I like it. I'm not sure if this guy should have upper rights, but as long as he lives, that's fine.
Yeah, makes total sense.
Okay, then we have Wrath of Nuffle, a Chaos team. And let's have a look at them. Okay, this is what do you think?
I'm impressed how much block is on this team.
Yeah.
There's a real commitment.
Yeah, I like it. It's like the other Chaos team, but instead of Mighty Blow, he took block. I like it.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious to see those teams play each other, right? Like, it'll be a real test of how do you build.
Yeah, absolutely. I really like it because this guy can play the block puzzle game, you know. As long as he gets 2 dice, it's very, very hard to turn over. So, yeah he can do nice things. And I also dream...
In the guard on the Chaos Warriors.
Yeah, and I always dreamt of making a Chaos team like this because Chaos is the only team that every single player has strength access, without exception, you know? So making like a very, very solid line of block, mighty blow, guard pieces, you know? Without a defined ball carrier, without a defined sacker, you know, just a lot of block, guard, mighty blow, you know? And bully people to no end. I think this team has a little bit of that. Only 3 guards so far, but you see that they're going there. I fully
Yeah.
expect this guy to start getting more guard. So I honestly like it a lot. I think
Yeah.
it has potential, but it will need a little bit more to get there. I think we have
Mhm.
the 3 chaos teams in this division. Each have their own style. You know, you have the a brainless murder team. We have this uber controlling team, and then we have Shadora's team that is very specialized, with each piece having a very specific purpose. So
Mhm.
as you said, it will be very interesting to see each of them play each other and see which build style is more efficient.
Yeah, absolutely. And it means that anyone who goes up against them, it can't just be like, oh, I'm up against Chaos. It's going to be, well, which of these 3 very different Chaos teams am I up against?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and now for the last team, I'll have to look for it in another place because they haven't accepted their ticket yet. So let's look for Mr. Motley. MOT 3 E's, right?
Yes, Motlee.
Okay. There we go. Murdery Space Elf Troop. And this is a very, very damaged team. Oh my god, poor
Yeah.
guy. 1280 of TV, only 8 players, none of them stand out, only normal roles. Ugh, it's gonna be hard for you,
Yeah.
Mr. Motley. What do you think?
I think this team has an uphill fight. That it's in it. You can look at individual pieces and say like, oh, a block, sidestep, tackle, blitzer. That's nice to have on your team, but you want them to be supported by pieces that are more developed than this. And that's not a piece that can win you a game by itself.
Exactly. Can you look at the dead pieces? Maybe he lost a few in the last couple of games.
Yeah. Let me track that down.
I'm curious to see what he lost because it's really weird.
Bring it up now. Okay. So we have a list of dead. This team has lost 3 blitzers over the course of its run. 2 of them were level 3, 1 was level 2, and it's lost 6 linemen. So almost all those actual dead results. So this is a team that's had some bad luck in the damage it's been taking. Just piece after piece dying, it seems like.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, I guess what I really want to know now is if he'll accept the ticket and play. I hope he does. I fully expect. I would, because one thing about the elves is even if you don't have flashy level ups, and even if you are playing with some loners, elf teams have great inducements. So if you're a good coach, you can make them have results anyway. So maybe it will be interesting. I really hope he accepts the ticket and we see him shut us up. You know, maybe he wins the division and I'll have to eat my shoe.
Yeah, I hope. They're in the division. It'd be nice to play it. They don't have the chance to like re-roll, which would have been something you might have considered. But at this point, and you're going to have three journeymen, right? But that's fine. You put them on the line. They've still got AG2 and they can dodge away when they need to. They'll soak some of the damage, hopefully, to try to protect your other pieces and just keep pushing forward with what you have.
Yeah, and you can induce the pieces you need. You need a blitzer, you get hubris. You need some hypnogaze, you get that sideliner guy. So
absolutely.
So you have options in the inducements to get that little edge you need. This team is very cheap compared to the other teams in the division, so he will get the chance to get inducements. So it's not so bad, but it will be an uphill fight, just like you said.
Yeah, and the risk is, if something goes wrong, then there's just not there's not the money or the depth of bench to be able to support it. So you do well and manage just to stay on there. If they do, then they can maybe get something done.
Okay. So to finish this section, Sir Kodiak, who is your candidate for winning the division?
So I like the Skaven. I'm going with the Leaping Lizards. That's just such a pretty team, so many great pieces, and I think is in a good position with what they're up against to really be able to run around and just keep taking the ball from people, keep getting it in the end zone, and really win a lot of games. How about yourself?
I'm going with the with Shadora's Chaos team. I really like teams when they have very specific positionals, you know, each with their own purpose. If you see my Nurgle team, it has a similar philosophy. So maybe because he plays how I like, but I really see Shadora taking this home. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely a team to watch.
Okay, so we will end this section and then we'll continue. Okay, so welcome back. Now we will be looking at the predictions for this week. So okay, first we have My Dixie Wrecked versus the admin placeholder that would be the Space Murdery Elf thing. I don't remember the exact name. So okay, what's your prediction?
Murdery Space Elf.
Yeah, sure. That's it.
So here is I see the humans. My Dixie Wrecked winning this one. Hopefully the game gets played, that the Dark Elves join, but even if they do, the human team is really well set up to start winning games and controlling the field already. And as we talked about, the Dark Elves still need some work.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I mean, I would love an upset, but this time I think I'll give it to the humans. Okay, next we have Wrath of Knuckle versus Sun Eaters or something.
So this is our, Wrath of Knuckle, that's our extremely block-heavy Chaos team going up against the... I think this is going to be a good match. That these are both teams that I think are capable without being amazing. I think a lot of this is going to come down to the dice and the coaches. I would give the edge to the Undead right now. I think they have more of what they need at like this TV, but I could see it going either way.
I think we're going to disagree here because I think in this case it favors Chaos. The Undead team is a little bit too reliant on the ghoul, I think. So and ghouls don't have regen, so it's gonna be hard. I like Undead teams where they have deep benches, you know, because then they can defend with zombies, and zombies are fodder that regen and are annoying, you know. But Undead can have a real problem when they are forced to play with
this
their
could really
ghouls.
turn against the Undead.
Yeah. So it might be harder than you think. In my case, I think I'll go with the Chaos. Okay. Next we have Crypt Lords 2 Bungalow versus Skurgle. What are your predictions for this?
So here I like the Nurgle team. I think they're just going to chew through the Necro. I think they just have the tools they need to just like keep doing damage, get the Necro off the field, and ultimately just like take control of the pitch.
Well, I agree somewhat with you. I think the Nurgle will definitely do some damage, you know, but Necro have really good tools to win games, you know. So I think I'll give them a tie. Maybe the Necro will take some damage, but even with a few players with the stupid wolves that will run so fast, they will be able to take the tie, I think. Okay, next we have Greenskid Gut Splitters versus Arequipa Nurglers REBBL. What do you think?
So this is the Nurgle that I think we were both pretty fond of with its heavily specialized players and through the Nurgle Warrior.
Yeah.
I think this is a tough match. Generally, Orcs versus Nurgle. I like Nurgle. I think that the damage they could do to that AB now undercuts a lot of what makes the Orcs so strong.
Yeah.
So I would give them the edge, but I don't think it's guaranteed.
No, okay. So I think in team for team, I think the Orcs are favored this time because remember this is the Nurgle that has 0 guard. So big Orcs with a lot of guard can really make them trouble. Okay, but the problem here is I'm not saying that Squid is a problem. He's a great, I love him as a coach, but if he tries to do some mimi shits, you know, like dodging out of the beast or something, he'll have trouble. If he tries to win, he can definitely win it. Last season, for example, Squid was one of the few that was able not to lose against the division winner, that was Atomics. So when Squid really wants to play to win, he can really do it. So I think it will come down to that. If he wants to play for the win and not do so many mini stuff, I think he can pull it off. But well, we'll see. I'll give it to the Orcs this time. Then we have what I'd call the main event of this week. We have the Careless Coders Underworld versus Donkeys and Elephants Chaos. What do you think about the match?
So everything tells me not to bet on Underworld, but I like Chaos Baloo. Is that correct? I really like their team. I really like, I like their. I think they got so many great Underworld pieces. Those, the goblins are nicely set up to cause chaos, and he's just got, the blitzers where they should be. And this is a team that doesn't have so much tackle that it's going to be able to shut down those goblins. So I'm gonna say that the Underworld manages to win.
Interesting. Well, I'll have to go with my favorites. I really think this Chaos will take the division home, so I'll go with the Chaos. But you're not wrong. This Underworld has the tools to do a lot of damage, and also has the tools to do a lot of bullshit. So I think this will be a great match. I really want to see it, and I'm looking forward to having a lot of fun watching it. Okay, next we have the Butcher's Block versus Legendary Wordsmith. What do you think?
This is a.
Hello? I lost your connection there. Can you start again, please?
I'm not sure on this one. I worry about the ability of the Chaos team to actually it has a fair bit of Mighty Blow. I worry about its ability to actually put any of that to Dark Elf with how much dodge it's going to be. And if they can't get some of them off the field, I don't see how they win.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I mean, Mighty Blow is nice and all, but if you have to do POW fishing, POW fishing sucks. It's basically trying to roll a 1 in 6 every time is very, very hard. So, I think I'll give it to the Dark Elves, definitely. Yeah, I have to agree with you. And last, we have Hellas Kitchen, Norse versus Leaping Wizards, your favorite for the division. So, your favorite versus your friend. Where are you going to go, Sir Kodiak?
My actual friend. So yeah, sorry, Space Lion, but I think the Skaven are gonna go ahead and take this one pretty handily, particularly with Hellas Kitchen and the condition it's in, where it's missing some of its pieces. That's gonna cut down on how much inducements that he's given up, but I don't know if that makes up for the difficulty he's gonna have keeping the Skaven under control.
I have to agree. In the case of the Leaping Wizards, they are a formidable team at any rate, and now you have to play them with half your team. That's gotta be hard. I hope Space Lion shuts me up and shows us how to win, but I sincerely don't see it happening.
Yeah, I'll be rooting for him, but I have my doubt.
Fair enough. Okay, so that will be the recap for today. Thanks a lot. I hope you guys get your matches soon. With Sir Kodiak, we will be probably recording. Sometimes we will record on Tuesdays. So if you get your batches early, we can recap them. If not, maybe we'll have to miss them. So let's try to play early. And other than that, good luck to everyone, and hope you kill some players there. Anything you want to say before we go, Sir Kodiak?
I just agree. Good luck to everybody. Looking forward to an exciting season and seeing how everybody does.
Awesome. Okay, so thank you, man, for joining us. I hope you can join us every week. and this will be a fun thing to do. See ya, man.
Absolutely.